Hey everybody, I'm out here at Toluma Farm, home of the Tomales Farmstead Creamery.
We are in the magical hamlet town of Tomales, which is a few miles from the coast in Marin County. And specifically, we are at Toluma Farms, and we also have our cheese under the Tomales Farmstead Creamery brand. Toluma Farms is a 160-acre goat dairy, certified organic land, and we raise dairy goats to make our amazing cheese. And we also have a flock of sheep for fiber and meat, on top of chickens and dogs and cats and other things.
Tamara and her partner David began stewarding the land here in 2003, breathing new life into a defunct cow dairy and its neglected soil.
When we bought the property, it had like 10,000 tires on the backside of the property that we pulled out, and then worked with Point Blue Conservation, and probably plant like about 300 trees a year on the property, trees and bushes, and to really, for windbreaks, to improve our soil health and water health.
And we got into this whole craziness because we were enamored with doing the right thing by the land. These are all Coast Miwok land, and we've been restoring it for 23 years, shepherding it along. It's come a long way. Anything more than a quarter, 1/16 of an acre, you really have to wonder what you're going to do with that land and why you even need it, let alone hundreds of acres, because it has to have a purpose, right? It has to sequester carbon, it turns out, and that's important. Grazing is important.
With that in mind, in came the goats.
We decided, okay, well, we had the bones of the dairy. You can see behind me the milking parlor. Those are large concrete walls because of the Jersey cows that had been milked. You don't need those for the smaller ruminants, goats and sheep that are only 100 to 160 pounds. But anyway, so we rehabilitated that, and we decided we'll put it back into the food shed as a dairy. How hard could that be?
Soon enough, Tomales Farmstead Creamery was born.
We finally got into milking the animals, and we started with goats because we loved goats. We didn't know about them, but we're Capricorns. We figured that would be what could go wrong here. So we started milking them successfully, and we thought this is fantastic. We were selling liquid bulk goat milk for 400 or 500 gallons every other couple of days to a local creamery.
Our cheeses, just like vegetables or fruits, are seasonal, and so overall we make about 6 cheeses. Goats have to have their babies, so they kid. Goats naturally breed in the fall, and then they have a 5-month gestation period, so they have all their babies in the spring. Same for sheep.
We are a pasteurized plant creamery, but it's a very delicate pasteurization, so we don't beat up the proteins in the milk. We make roughly 20 to 25,000 pounds a year, so in the big scale of things, very minimal compared to people making millions of pounds of cheese. We milk once a day, and the goats produce about half a gallon to 3/4 of a gallon just doing that. So we milk 120 goats, so it's roughly 40 to 60 gallons a day. And with that, we can collect the milk for 2 or 3 days, and then we can make a batch that is 200 and 250 gallons in our vat pasteurizer.
A rare farmstead operation with the sustainability at its core, and cheese to be proud of.
It's truly rewarding, and there are days when you really wonder, why did we take on this craziness? With all the headaches and challenges, with not having that expertise, But all it takes is one bite of these cheeses, or to see people at the market sample them and then literally, drop to the ground shaking, because they said, oh my God, this is the most amazing cheese I've ever had. And it is true. It is pretty incredible. The goats are living the dream. They're treated with love and respect. They eat nothing but the finest brush, and then we import alfalfa to keep them happy so that they crank out high protein quality milk.